lighter news. The next subject.
Yeah, well, the next subject has to do with our boy Noah Syndergaard. Now that we're on the New York train, let's keep talking about it.
Yeah, that's good.
So apparently Noah Syndergaard is being sued for back rent. He signed a lease to move in somewhere in New York. I think rent was like $25,000 a month or something like that.
It was a 3-bedroom penthouse in New York, $25,000 a month. You know, signed it for the year, starting in March. Well, pandemic happened, and then, of course, he got injured, so he's got to stay in Florida no matter what. But because the pandemic ended, said he tried to offer to pay 2 months so he can try to get someone to rent it anyways, and now the landlord's suing it for all of it.
Right, and I know Syndergaard's like, hey, man, I paid you $50,000. I know it might sound like a lot, but when your rent is $25,000 a month, it really doesn't mean much. And from my perspective, my professional opinion, if you don't know, I am a property manager by trade. I don't agree with Noah Syndergaard in this situation. Yes, it's sad that you're not moving in and you don't live there, but you signed a contract. It's legally binding. You signed a contract saying you'll take it for the year, and you don't. It's up to you if you move in or not. We can't. We don't have anything to do with that. That's on you. I mean, if you don't move in, that's up to you. But you still got to pay the rent. I don't know how they do it in New York, but here, Noah Syndergaard is not winning this case.
Yeah, it's going to be an itchy subject, of course, with the pandemic now. Like, if they do go to court, then it's going to be weird. Like, who's going to side with who? Like, yeah, the pandemic happened, but
it still does not. You're still obligated to make these payments.
And the biggest thing is no one's going to rent. Like, okay, I'm going to go move to New York with the Mega Centra.
Exactly, yes.
So, unfortunately, Noah, yes, no one probably could rent it. If it was now no issue, person probably would find someone to rent it.
Right, they probably could have found somebody if there wasn't a pandemic.
2 months would have been paid and probably would have got taken care of.
But even if they didn't find somebody to rent it, this is a pretty cut and dry case.
Unfortunately,
the judge sees this a lot, I'm sure. I don't know how they do it in New York, but here in Virginia, this wouldn't be anything on the tenant side. The landlord would have had this case won, clear cut. Noah Syndergaard would have had to pay that money, have this judgment against him, affect his credit. Not that he cares, but hey, that's what would happen.
Right? When you're making millions, it's not going to really, but...
And I got to assume that the laws in New York are pretty strict or pretty in favor for the landlord, because I heard about a lot of slumlords out there and a lot of people...
Has to be.
That's what I'm saying. So he's not winning this case. There's no way.
He probably hoped that maybe the guy, because the pandemic was gone, he was going to, okay, I give you $50,000, I'm not going to live there, just go ahead and get it rented. But the thing is, no one's going to go to a penthouse apartment mid-coronavirus in the mega central of New York.
Right.
And going to pay $25,000.
Absolutely not. And plus, if you own a property that you can rent it for $25,000, you probably got a lot of money yourself. So this guy's not sweating Noah Syndergaard crying on media at all. Yeah,
so it's unfortunately going to play out. They might have to settle. We'll see what happens. But
I'll tell you right now, the only way to settle is Noah's going to have to pay this up front. He's going to pay it off. He's going to pay what he owes. That's all it's going to be to it.
Unless, let's say, the pandemic clears and someone does rent it, so then whatever month when it's empty, he might have to pay.
It depends.
Maybe.
It depends on what the judge says.
Yeah.
The judge could favor him for everything he owes up to the point. If he's evicting him, he could say, hey, you got to pay from whatever you signed a lease until now, which would be in June or something like that. I don't think he'll make him pay for the whole lease term. He could, though. And then at the same time, the landlord probably has the option to say, hey, I'm gonna get this judgment. You still owe me this money, but I'm still evicting you.
The funny thing for me is when it says like he's suing him for damages. I'm like, if he never moved in, what damages are you talking about? Are you just going to throw it out there?
Well, I'm not sure. The only thing that I can think for some reason is if the guy who owns the property didn't have the electricity or the gas or utilities turned on in his name. Well, then that could ruin the property for sure.
Well, I was hoping maybe that's for I don't know, New York, $25,000. I don't know.
The real estate's expensive, believe me. So I'm sure that's just for the property.
Yeah.
If Noah Syndergaard didn't put any of the utilities in his name, well, there's a lot of things that could be damaged by not having him on. So,
true. Well,
we'll see what happens with that. Good luck to you, Noah. I'm just letting you know right now, it's probably not going to go your way.
Probably not. So.